Karine, on the Zelensky meeting, why is it that President Biden and Vice President Harris are holding these meetings separately? Is the suggestion that one would say something different than the other and that there might be some dueling diplomacy there?
There's no dueling diplomacy. It's not unusual. The Vice President has met with President Zelensky separately many times. Nothing new here.
Okay.
I wouldn't read too much into it.
And then critics have said that Zelensky's trip to Pennsylvania was a political stunt. Did the administration communicate at all with Ukraine on who would be attending that trip or make any effort to make it a bipartisan event?
So let me just lay this down because I know that there's been a lot of talk about this. So the Ukrainians asked to visit the facility, which employs American workers, as you know, who are manufacturing critical supplies that the Ukrainian military is using every day on the front lines of freedom. Because of its centrality to their country's continued existence, this came from Ukrainian, not us. This is something that they wanted to do. After they made that request, the OD did what it has done for years, figure out how to provide transportation for foreign leaders traveling on U.S. soil, which is common, which happens when they come to the U.S. And the whole world knows this is someone Putin wants dead. He's made very clear when it comes to President Zelensky. Also, just 2 months ago, President Zelensky traveled to Utah and held an event with the Republican governor, a very similar event, and Republican officials were there at that event in Utah, and there wasn't a single demand, not one single demand for an investigation when that occurred a couple months ago in Utah. So this was business as usual for a Ukrainian request during wartime. And so we would encourage the House Republicans to drop this. This is a political stunt. They need to drop this. And anything else, I think I gave a lot here, a lot of good layout of how this all occurred, but anything else specific, I would certainly refer you to the DOD.
Just clarifying, though, that the administration didn't, or the campaign, I guess, didn't play a role in determining the guest list because they're claiming that having no Republicans there in a battleground state made it effectively a campaign event.
This is something that Ukrainians asked for. They did this a couple months ago in Utah with a Republican governor, and Republican elected officials were there as well. We didn't hear any type of investigation request when we went to a Republican state.